Welcome to the underground. This is Howls from the Pit. With us today, Ruined God from Memphis, Tennessee. How you guys doing?
Good. Great.
Awesome. So happy to have you. I love this band. They've been killing it for the past 2 years, just playing show after show. They put out a EP, right, recently called Kingdom of Disembowelment. Check it out. All streaming platforms. I want to start off talking about that. That's your first release, right?
Yeah, it was... we were trying to do the whole CD at one time, but we quickly realized that it was going to take a little bit longer. We needed some music out there to be able to promote shows and promote things. People were asking for, you know, hey, where we can we get some of this? So we went ahead and dropped the EP. We're almost done with the full length. The songs that are on the EP, we're remastering, putting them back on to the new album along with some other songs as well.
Perfect. And you put out the single for Abyss after that, right? Is that going to be on the album too?
Yeah, Abyss is going to be on that one. We've considered dropping a new single that we have. We've considered dropping it here really soon. It's mixed, it's mastered. We're just trying to pick the right time to drop it out. It will also be on the new full length as well. It's a fairly new song. We've played it a few times at shows. But it will be on there, and we're thinking about going ahead and dropping it as a new single.
Perfect. I've heard it. It's killer. So looking forward to that. Now, you guys self-released Kingdom of Disembowelment, and then the cassette was put out on Rotting Sun, correct?
Yes. So we got signed to Rotting Sun October-ish last year. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys have been busy. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. A lot of stuff, you know, just last year coming out of the gate, we did something like 25, 35 shows.
Yep. Yeah,
so
I remember that.
A lot of it runs together. But in October, we signed with Rotting Sun Records out of Colorado, and great label. They give us the freedom to do what we want. Josh, who runs it, is phenomenal. Anytime we call him and ask him anything, hey, we need tapes, we need this, it's out the door a couple of days later. So we really enjoy working with them. We do all of our own recording and mixing and mastering. So we were able to get that out to him fairly quickly, and he got the tape out pretty quickly as well. It only took him about 2.5 weeks to get the tapes ready for us to have. So really enjoy working with them at Rotting Sun.
Are you going to work with them on your next release as well?
We are going to work with them. They're going to be more, with Rotting Sun, it's more of a DIY label.
Sure.
So he's going to do the full length tapes. I think we're going to self-release the CDs, and we're going to self-release the vinyls as well.
I see. Now, is that going to be a long-term strategy for the band? Or do you know, like, are you going to try to stay DIY for the entirety of your career, or are you open to offers from labels and things like that?
I mean, we like DIY, but we wouldn't be opposed to, you know, if another label came to us and said, hey, you know, we'll take over doing this, you know, I mean, if somebody's going to give us the money to do it, we're gonna do it.
Of course. I could see you guys being signed to maybe a label like Relapse or something like that. You know, seriously.
We're definitely open to all offers too. So
that's happened to somebody, man.
All offers are all open, so we're definitely open for that.
Killer. Cool. Well, you guys are well on your way to that. I see how busy you stay. You guys are amazing. You keep getting better every time I see you. And every new song you write, you're introducing new ideas, new techniques. It just gets better and better. So it's very exciting. I would like to talk about how the band actually started. Not necessarily going all the way back to the beginning for each of you, but how did you all come together, and why did you decide to start this band?
It was funny because I was talking to a mutual friend who's now a mutual friend to all of us, but at the time he was a mutual friend of mine and DJ's. And he had talked to DJ one day and said, hey, you know, Jamie's wanting us to put together a band. And he's like, okay. And he's like, well, he's wanting to talk to you about doing the guitar parts for it. DJ was like, Josh told me. DJ was like, hell yeah. So me and DJ quickly got in touch with each other. We had known each other prior, but we didn't know each other. We passing saying hello. Yeah, we were acquaintances. Josh was actually going to be the vocals. Z from another local band, Grave Lurker and 𝐒𝑠𝑡, and
Great
Rob from 𝐒𝑠𝑡 was going to be the drummer. We did a practice together. Everything kind of mixed really well, but with Z being in two bands, Rob being in another band, he was going through some times as well, some physical problems. And so me and DJ just like, you know what, we're going to get together. We're going to write a few things, and we'll just kind of take it from there.
Sure. How did Alex get involved?
Alex got involved through another mutual friend.
Okay.
I actually started out mutual friend of DJ's, and with that being said, he called me up on the weekend. He was like, "Hey, you should play drums," and I've been playing for years, just back in bars and stuff like that, just every once in a weekend. And went over there one weekend. The chemistry was right, and the music was good, and just started playing with him. And ever since then, it's been a weekly thing of practice, and
Nice.
we're just dropping new albums and stuff on a regular basis. So,
Oh yeah.
it's been a great setup from the get-go.
And you said the chemistry was right. That's super important.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
if
Yeah,
that's
chemistry
there.
from get-go, even all the way up to having Carl in. We only auditioned like one other singer,
Oh yeah.
and then Carl came along, and that's where we're at now.
How did you know that Carl was the one?
Just again, just the chemistry on it.
Yeah.
Everything kind of came in right, and it's kind of hard with 4 working guys, full-time guys and dads,
Absolutely.
and like that being having a schedule to keep and still all come together and
And you own your own business, right? Just like Jamie as well. So
half of us do it. It's just
that's a lot.
we stay busy all the time.
For
and,
sure.
it's just a constant go. But like we tell everybody, this is just a fun hobby, and we just keep it going, and we just just do it for the love of the music, pretty much.
Man, you guys don't sound like a hobby, but it's great to approach it that way. It keeps it light, and you just have fun with it. But yeah. So when you first auditioned, what did you think when you first heard what they were making?
I loved, which is now Cosmic Fury. That's actually the song. That's the song that really made me want to join.
Yeah.
The
Do you have a favorite song of the band?
Cosmic.
That one? What about you?
I would have to say my favorite song, it was Cosmic Fury, because that was the first one that me and DJ kind of wrote together.
Oh, okay.
And then the day that Alex came in to start playing drums, that's the one song that me and DJ had completed just about.
I see. Right.
So it's always been one of those kind of favorites. But if I would have to say out of something, do what?
House favorite, for sure.
House favorite, yeah.
Okay. So that's universal for all of you.
But
Gotcha.
the newest one that we have, Mighty Have Fall.
Mm-hmm.
That has, I mean, that one's got a story behind.
That one or Ruin King?
The one we broke the studio glass to,
Ruin King.
Ruin King.
You got to
Yeah.
tell that. Go ahead and tell that story. That's amazing.
So we were messing around with some new riffs and everything like that, and I had come up with this bass line, and DJ started falling in behind with me, and we were just like, yeah, we've got it. Let's go ahead and we ran it about 10 times and just kept running. And last time we were just all like, let's just kick this one in the ass. And we were running it, and it was funny because I walked into the studio and looked out the window, and the window was cracked.
Oh gosh.
And my bass cabinet sits right next to the window. And then we were like, let's record it. Let's get a rough recording of it. And the next thing I know, we're playing it and everything like that. And DJ's got drool coming out of his mouth.
You guys are possessed or something.
So I think that's, because of the lore, I guess you could say, around the song, it's quickly become one of my favorites. All the songs really, there's only one song that I'm really not, 100% like that's one of my favorite songs.
Sure.
But all of our songs, we have all put a lot into, thinking about it and, the writing process. And Carl's amazing at writing lyrics to songs.
I agree with that.
Yeah, he can come up, we can come up with a riff, and halfway through the song, he's done with the lyrics. Before the day that he came to audition, he had saw a video of us, just as a three-piece, he had seen a video of our first set, and he had already written half the songs that we had played when he came to practice.
Awesome.
And I mean, Cosmic Fury is always going to be that one for us because it was that one that that was the first one.
That's when you became a unit, really.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your bonding song.
Yeah, and
Our aha moment.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Our
you
aha
you
moment.
established your formula and went
Yeah.
on to repeat and refine that. Yeah,
And so it's always going to be a special one. And Carl actually put together a song, the tab and everything to a song, and we've been working on that one. And that one's quickly becoming a favorite. I know of mine, and I know of Carl's as well.
Awesome. You always know you're on the right track when, first of all, you acknowledge that you have songs that you don't really like anymore. I think that's normal. Every band leaves those behind, but you're excited about the new stuff. That's awesome. That's what keeps you going, I think.
Yeah. Coming up with the songs is great because, there's no secret behind it.
Sure.
This three on this side are huge potheads, but we can get inside of the studio and we can smoke a couple of bowls and start writing songs. And it's just fun.
Sure.
To see how the progression of it becomes.
Right.
And, there might be a part that we hate and we'll sit around and talk about it. We might let it simmer for a couple of days, but we always come back and we're like, well, I don't like that part. What do you think about this? It's always been kind of one of those things where we all kind of pitch in, throw in ideas, well, I don't like this, so let's try this. So it's all, when it comes to writing songs, you're going to be playing them for a long time. So you want to be able to have those special parts that you want to them.
Absolutely. Do you guys find yourselves pretty much usually agreeing, or have there been any blowout fights over a riff?
No.
We actually haven't had any fights. We had great chemistry, like we were saying before. The constructive criticism that goes around of everything we're doing is actually really progressive and actually gets stuff done and accomplished. That's where everybody will put stuff out really fast. Because we're like, that worked, that didn't, try this, try that, cut this, let's do this. And it flows and it works. And it's just what's been able to put songs out and hits out, and it's killing it right now with it. But it's been that's been our fastest equation to getting them out.
Perfect. It sounds like it's pretty effortless for you guys. As long as you're working together, you just make shit happen.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I do want to circle back to your lyrical stuff. I find your lyrics to be incredibly visceral and raw. It's just very effective and brutally honest. Obviously, that comes from your personal experiences. What does that mean for you to be able to let that out on stage and in this music? I mean, I would say it's probably a very healthy thing and a very cathartic thing. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a lot out.
For sure.
Yeah. The way I write these lyrics, we talked about it before, is I kind of vision like a whole scene and I like write around that.
Right.
Forgot what song. I think it's the Mighty Fall. I'm about to mess that up myself.
It's a new song. It's okay.
I was at Crosstown Concourse and I was looking over the city or whatever, and for some reason I pictured it on fire, and I just kind of wrote because the song's about everybody has to die. You know what I mean? Like all these people in power and they think they're above everybody else. Eventually, everybody's gonna die.
Sure.
So yeah,
it's a harsh reality.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have something like a very visual imagination, and then you turn that into words, and then you put it into music. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never wrote like this before, but it's been fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself developing your style as you guys make new songs and stuff? Awesome. Yeah. It's growing while you're doing what you love is one of the best feelings in the world. Yeah. So that's awesome. I also want to talk a little bit about Memphis Hates You. Jamie might be the one you're involved with the board for that, right?
Yeah. So Memphis Hates You started way back 15, 20 years ago here in Memphis. A couple of guys, a couple of people threw it together. There was a Memphis Hates You Fest a long time ago. Now a really good friend of mine who's quickly become a best friend, really. We all know her. We all love her. She came to me and was say, hey, I'm going to do Memphis Hates You again. And I want you to come and help with Memphis Hates You. And I was like, shit, I'd be honored to do that.
And that's Heather, right?
Heather Wallace.
Heather Wallace. Shout out to Heather. She is amazing.
It's become a labor of love. The festival is going to happen, this year, July 11th through the 13th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And there is a pre-party show on Thursday, correct?
There is a pre-party show on Thursday. It will not be here at Growlers. It'll be at Hernando's Hideaway.
Mm-hmm.
But it's trying to rejuvenate Memphis HU. Heather's worked so hard with it. She's come to all the shows in town for a long time. She's filmed them. She's actually given, the locals and touring bands an identity here in Memphis.
Right.
And she does it at her own time,
For free. Right?
For free, yeah.
Right.
And she posted up on Memphis HU. Heather's a great person. She's one of those souls that everybody loves.
I agree with that.
And she did fall down on some hard times over the beginning of the year, and we've done a lot of stuff to kind of help her out. The community has done a lot of stuff. We've done some things for her to help her along the way. She's 100% recovered now. She's back to driving, and
she's coming back to shows and stuff.
she's coming back to shows.
Fantastic.
I brought her to her first show after she had, she felt like she was able to come out, and I brought her up to the Agnostic Front show that was here, and it's like she never missed a beat.
Back in her natural habitat.
Back in her natural habitat. But Memphis HU, it's a great thing. I love it. This town holds so many memories for me as a musician that I want to see other musicians in this town get recognized. And a lot of people have said this, and it's true. Memphis is one of the hardest places, to make something out of, DIY bands and everything like that.
It's really interesting given its history, but you're right.
Yeah. So we are glad, like I said, we are glad. And it's not just myself. It's been a team of people along, myself and Heather, but also Jordan Wilkerson, her boyfriend, Ace Williams, John Adkins, and J Rock. We have all, and my wife Sarah, we have all, done some kind of form of something for Memphis HU, trying to get this ball rolling, because we want the festival to be an ever evolving festival.
Sure. You plan on doing it next year and the year after that and everything?
Yeah, we're planning on doing it as long as everybody can hold on,
Sure,
and not pull their hair out. But yeah, we plan on continuing it as long as we can.
Sure.
And hopefully, somebody will come in and do the same thing that Heather did after her, and continue on from that point too.
That's great. I've booked shows. I know how hard it is just to get 3 local bands together, right? Yeah. You're doing a whole weekend, stacked roster, and a pre-party. So, good luck. I'm sure it's going to be great.
It's going to be a wild time. I'm actually making vacation plans for after Memphis HU to kind of take some downtime, because as soon as the festival's over, we're going right back in to start planning the next festival.
Got it. Preemptive mental health vacation.
Yes.
Good idea.
Absolutely.
Well, you highlighted Heather's ability to bring the community together. I think if anyone can do it, she can.
Absolutely.
And it seems like she has really committed, supported people around her. So I'm sure it's going to be a hit, and I look forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So let's transition back to you guys specifically. I know that you're planning on starting a label. I know that you're involved with Memphis HU. You have your own print shop here called Fire Media.
Yes.
And then you have the band. It seems like you have a hand in a little bit of everything. And I think it's great to see that kind of initiative, and it does a lot for the community, which, you said you wanted to give back, and you give back in so many ways. And I think that you guys are really like the quintessential band right now in at least in this genre, generally speaking.
Well, I definitely appreciate that.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time, I stood stagnant and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I started, back screen printing on my own. And I've always, for a long time, I started off in hardcore bands back when I was a kid, did the hardcore scene for a long time, did the metal scene, and took some time off from music, was doing some directing for horror films and stuff like that. But music has the ability to combine 4 different individuals that have different thought processes around different things. Mm-hmm. And I just, I want to be able to reach out and be able to help somebody do something. That's why I'm always, I don't care if somebody needs help doing something. If I've got the time and I don't have anything else, I'm going to be there to help them. I don't care. Sure. I mean, they say idle hands, and I think with my, with my anxiety that I've fought with for years, I don't want something like that to be a crutch.
Sure. Yeah.
To where I have to rely on, I can't do this and I can't do that. So if I keep myself busy and I keep myself going, which I'm realizing at 50 years old is a hard thing to do, but if I don't do it, I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice.
That makes sense.
So that's why I have my hands in Memphis HU. That's why I have the screen printing shop. That's why I'm wanting to do a label, because with the label, what I'm wanting to do is give the opportunity to somebody that might not ever be able to experience something like that.
Sure.
I can't say that I can help you do a 4-month tour out of my pocket, but I can help you get to that point. Like if I have to help you with your merch, or if I need to help you with this or something like that, to be able to give somebody the opportunity to see what it is like to form a brotherhood with, fellow band members, and to get to experience at least one time going outside of your own city and going to play for somebody else far away from home. It's an adventure, but it's also an experience that a lot of people don't get to do. And if I can help anybody get that feeling of, going on the road sucks.
Sure.
Especially when you're in the same car with 4 or 5 different other people, it could suck. But when you get to our ages, and you look back on that, that's an experience that you can tell so many people about.
Sure.
And it's not always about, it's, in my opinion, and I can't speak for these guys, but the experiences mean a lot to me. To be able to look back on those things and go, man, we did that shit, you know? Right. And it's fun. It's one of those things where you consider yourself an old man sitting out on the front porch talking to somebody that's younger than you, going, I did that shit back in, and it's fun to do it,
Especially when we pulled up the venue down in Jonesboro where we played. We played there one time, and then we came back like half a year later, and we pulled up the second time. There was a line outside, and we had like 4 or 5 people wearing shirts.
Wow.
Funny,
So you made quite an impression the first time.
There was like 18 to 20.
It
was
a really
amazing.
fun,
like people that really got streets.
Yeah,
Nice.
It was a really fun, humbling experience pulling up and seeing, and then just loading in past them, and we kind of kept it low key, and nobody really knows what we looked like. We don't have any photos out or anything like that, besides the ones that have been shot for us.
Yeah.
But
do you have a hard time accepting that when you see 20 people that maybe you don't remember from the last show, maybe you do, but it's like, wow, we were here once and we have 20 people who came back to see us. Is there another ruined God in town? Or like,
it's just a fun, humbling effect, man. You go out and see it, and it's just kind of like, you had an impression of those people, and they come back to see it again, and then I'm sure the third time we go back again, it's just going to be even bigger than that. Right. And just, just keep on going and just keep on growing.
It's very humbling.
I bet it's very validating as well. All your hard work and all the time you put into it and money and everything, and people are actually enjoying it. People are getting something out of it. So.
What I saw the last shows we were at is it's generational too.
Sure.
Because we have people that are our age that are playing, and we have people that are our age that have kids that are bringing them to shows.
Right.
And they're starting the whole generation of that, and it's just continuing going on up.
Right.
And it's just that's what's really fun to actually see.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I have seen a lot of parents with their children at your shows. It's very family friendly. Yeah. But not if you read the lyrics though.
It's a very fun, tight knit crowd for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. I got 2 more questions. Since we're talking about touring, do you guys plan a tour anytime soon?
We're
sure. Just a regional.
Yeah, we're, like you said before, Carl's got a family, I've got a family,
right?
DJ has got a family, and we all have families, or we have, other commitments, and, I own a business. These 2 guys, right. And Carl's
no vacation time.
Carl has no vacation time as of right now, so we realistically can't do the 21 and 22-year-old, hey, we're going to jump on for, 8-9 days and be able to go out on the road.
Which weekend tour?
So what we are planning on doing is we're planning on doing some, like weekend shots.
Right.
If we can go here for the weekend, and and it also gives us as a band, like one of the places we really want to play is New Orleans.
Sure.
We all load up as a band. We take the wives, the girlfriends, and stuff like that. And while we're getting the chance to be able to play in a town that we all want to play in, we can also go and kind of do some of the things that we want to see in New Orleans. My wife's never been to New Orleans.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
she wants to go take the graveyard tours and
Absolutely.
go to the voodoo places
Right.
and stuff like that. So we can't necessarily do now. If somebody was to come to us and go, "Hey, we're going to pay you, big money
Sure.
to go on," then that would be something that we would really sit down and consider. But I cherish the times with I've got grandkids,
Mhm.
and I love the times that I could see my grandkids, and I've got a 15-year-old son as well, and he goes on a lot of the shows with us, and I love that.
Right.
That he does that and has that interest in doing some of that. But I know Carl's got small kids. He's, this dude over here is dad of the century. And
He brings his children to most of the shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were,
I see him rocking out in the corner. It's
and that's
amazing.
one,
My youngest on her
Oh, yeah. Well,
system over
you know.
there.
that's one thing that we all respect is we know that we have families. We know that we have regular jobs and everything like that. But yes, we are trying to plan some short shots is what we're calling them.
great. I think that'll result in, more intimate experiences for the fans. And then since you guys aren't just doing a whole national tour, I bet you're going to put everything you have into these smaller shows, right? I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So-
Everybody messes up.
Of course.
Everybody fucks up. We have our moments.
Right.
And I especially get hard on myself about it.
Right.
But when we go to shows and, when we see people that have bought our merch and that have paid for tickets to come to our shows and everything, it's a very humbling experience for all of us. When we went to Jonesboro the first time, my wife couldn't even get the merch out of the tubs. And I was like, what the hell is this? And we were very humbled by it. And I can tell you, everybody, because I have spoken or we have spoken, I know that I speak to a lot of people that buy our merch. And, thank you so much for doing that. We greatly appreciate it. We're very humbled by it, and we love every minute of it.
Great. That's the most important part. And I love how you mentioned that, now the tours or any kind of a regional adventure is something you can include your family in. That's amazing. That to me is living the dream.
I mean, that means a lot to me.
For sure.
I mean, Carl's kids, I love Carl's kids to death.
Right.
I mean, when Carl first started coming over to the house, he'd bring his girls over with him, and we'd sit down and play games with them. Right. And it means a lot to have, that family, because I consider these guys my family. I'd be there for any one of them at any given time.
Yeah.
And their family, their extended families, like their kids and, their girlfriends and stuff like that, they mean a lot to all of us.
Great. It sounds like a real tight-knit group, and I love seeing that. Yeah. So if you're 18, 19, 20 years old watching this, the dream is not to get rich and ruin your life, go to jail, die in a car crash and all that. The dream is to grow old and take your family on tour with your band. Right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
For your time.
Greatly appreciate it.